It's the National Football League on EA Sports. Up next, we'll get a look at Patrick Mahomes. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season.
It is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football, and certainly the loudest, as we welcome you inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. It is Week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Hello again, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Chiefs ball club. They come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And they looked awfully good last week and came...
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well. Won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
In motion left, Hardman. He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a... corner there, and they'll go backwards right away. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage. Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Baron Browning in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Fielded at the 43. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. And they'll be led out by their 3rd-year quarterback.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass. They didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Now a first carry for the former Tar Heel, Javonte Williams. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
2nd and 5. Again, it's Williams. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Javonte Williams. That's his 19th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that makes the score 7-0. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the... On the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes. Look at the big fella go. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line. 24 yards to gain there. Another first down as well. To throw, it's Mahomes. Over the middle. And caught it up. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like? Ball is loose.
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your...
And that is caught for a touchdown, Kansas City. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point by Butker is on target. And we are tied at 7. So that drive, 4 plays. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. So the Broncos come back out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. Playoff picture here, and you see they've got that number 2 spot right now. Obviously a lot to like about that and where they're at in this home stretch of the season, but that first round home game is not guaranteed, Charles, until they lock up their division.
Bottom line, win the division, stay number 2, you get a favorable game at home to begin what you hope will be a nice postseason run.
Now the first pass of the afternoon is complete. And Judy's going to have a Broncos first down as the tackle going to be made up at the 37. Operating from the gun, Crawford. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls, or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. A give to Williams, running right. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Well, these two teams have met up in Denver earlier this season with the Broncos winning that one. So if they can win again here in KC, they would pull off the season sweep. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Romeo Doubs is intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down. You talk about this Chiefs defense. Well, they come into this one down at the 27th position in the league, Charles, against the run.
One thing you do know they'll be fired up because they're facing a top 5 rushing attack. And even if they have early success against them, they got to remember they got to sustain it because teams that are top 5, they don't stop running the ball if they don't get things done early.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
This defense for the Chiefs, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct. But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do in that one as a receiver is got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he will have a Broncos first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. These two teams all tied after one. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Off play action. Crawford. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now for getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here and have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
On 3rd down, Crawford. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Broncos are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Javonte Williams with touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Broncos have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker, and that makes the score 14-7. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now this Chiefs offense gets set to go again. So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
Now this throw caught left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 47. Throwing now is Mahomes. That ball caught. It's Rice. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. And again, it's Mahomes. Finding Elliott for the catch on the out route. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. 2nd and a couple. Here's Mahomes to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Baron Browning, that is now 2 sacks for him here in this 1st half. Butker's kick here is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The offense getting set again. We spotlight Javonte Williams, the running back. Good returns on the last drive. He hit the end zone for the second time. Good returns in this first half, really.
Yeah, good returns for his team. Really good returns for the guy. You know where I'm
fantasy.
going. Darn right. Those fantasy guys who have him on their team, they're rejoicing right now, and they have a high expectation that what they've seen already will continue.
You talk about fantasy life, but you don't. Why don't you just play? You know,
I'm not good enough to play a fantasy game.
Stop it.
I enjoy watching
You're an
you
analyst.
do it.
You're an expert.
I mean, you were a champ last year. Keep it up.
5th place.
Okay. Well, that's a champ in my book.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold them to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
Throw right side, hauled in by Dobbs. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. To throw on 3rd down, Crawford. That is caught, and he will be out of bounds. A good yardage there, and he'll get a second to catch his breath as it leads us right into the 2-minute warning. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Crawford. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
Back to throw again. They'll set up the screen down to Kamara. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
One advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Marvin Mims, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Broncos will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that makes it a 21-10 game. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. Throw right side going to be caught by Hardman. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Now a 2nd and 10. Mahomes to throw once more. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos. Now Mahomes. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
What a sequence there defensively. You get the sack to move him to 3rd and long. Then here, just nothing available. And he's got to throw it away.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. A throw out wide going to be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers at that situation, they really become magnified.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The weather might be cold, but the playoff races are heating up here on this final Sunday before Christmas. So let's get to it. We'll start at Raymond James Stadium, an NFC South matchup between New Orleans and Tampa Bay. And it's the Saints who have the lead in the 2nd quarter. Brian Robinson running well there, 93 yards on the ground. From there, we head to the Big Apple, more specifically to MetLife Stadium in Jersey to check on the Giants. And they were losers in their ball game to the visiting Dallas Cowboys. Tony Pollard, a touchdown run in the victory. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. As you can see, the score there in the 2nd quarter. The Panthers trying to hold on and claim victory. It was former Tar Heel Javonte Williams with a solid first half. He chipped in a couple of touchdown runs as he was running with determination right from the word go. The final adjustments taking place here for both of these squads. They're about ready for the 2nd half in Kansas City. And for the call, we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the 2nd half. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And no run back here as the 3rd quarter will commence with a touchback. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them too.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run it again with Williams. He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, second down.
Holding offense.
Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Mason. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4. Here's Kamara off the draw. And a lane slow materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it, and that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Aaron Browning, the one who brought him down. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Mahomes now to throw. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a play, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on 1st down, exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw complete there to Rice. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down.
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Rashee Rice, 35 yards. And the Chiefs have cut the lead back down to 2. Mahomes will throw for it. And it'll be intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. This fielded right at the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Broncos are about set to go on offense.
Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Williams going to get it again on second down.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
78 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
They'll stay on the ground with Williams.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st. Now 3rd down and 7.
Looking to throw. Crawford. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
And a good result there as that'll get out of bounds and pin them back at their 10-yard line.
The Chiefs ready to rock again on offense. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partners, a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, it's Pacheco.
And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Mahomes now on 1st down.
And that one to the right side and incomplete. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. 3rd quarter of a 2-point game. A good one so far. Here's 2nd and 10.
Mahomes going to throw. Little short pass to James.
Into space at the 45. Big strides. Look at him go.
And all the way down to the 25-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 46 yards. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We're back now in KC. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4.
Pacheco gets it up the gut. They'll get this down to the 21, just on the edge of the red zone. Second and 6.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Finding Hardman here over the middle. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
They'll run here with Pacheco.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
here's Mahomes. And it's caught. Touchdown.
Rashee Rice.
Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Chiefs put together a fourth-quarter drive to take the lead. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead is up to 5. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look.
And right now they're in that number 2 spot. They would love to hold on to that, but obviously first things first. They want to clinch the division.
And that's what everyone plays for. Win your division first, guarantees you a spot in the playoffs, but still a nice spot to be in. Not as good as it was when the number 2 seed meant a first-round bye. That's all changed with the new playoff system, but still a nice spot to be in.
Now a throw here, hauled in. Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Here's Kamara trying to run for it.
And he's going to have a Broncos first down as he's able to get this up past the 40. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
And even 100 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still 1st down.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Following the penalty, it's Williams. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Another good carry there for the NFL's 2nd leading rusher, and we've talked on air, off air about his MVP candidacy. Make a case for him.
But I'm just going to tell you point blank, it doesn't matter whether he's 1st or 2nd or even 3rd in the league in rushing yardage. That's not the main deal. It's how he gets those yards and the impact he has on his ball club.
And Williams is going to pick up a Broncos first down as he'll get this down to the 30-yard line.
Now a give up the middle to Williams. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
He hits Dobbs on the crosser.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance.
Williams will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line.
Well, no surprise there that he got the ball. When you've got 2 touchdowns already, you're probably demanding it in your own huddle. And you can bet this defense, though, is going to be keyed in on him at this point. And they did a nice job stopping him behind the line of scrimmage.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder. And they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Now on fourth down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The fourth down pass from the 5 falls incomplete, and the ball's going to be going back to the Chiefs. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Another run on second down, trying to cover up. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Back to throw, Mahomes. Able to find the open man, that's complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down. And that's the run that should seal the victory.